women's singles final underway. Long from Mitani. Sindhu got off to a fast start yesterday against Akane Yamaguchi, and what was a really topsy-turvy affair. Nicely found by Mitani there. Yeah, she raced ahead against Yamaguchi taking the first set, but the Japanese youngster came back at her in the second. Whereas Mitani's got off to a slow start the last couple of days, but seen it through. That's well left. Just hasn't quite got her length right so far, Mitani. Oh, that's beautifully placed by PV Sindhu. Second final of the year, looking for her first win. Obviously that other final was against Li Shuwei in her first Super Series final, the Denmark Open. She's coming back to some kind of form, isn't she? Can be a bit of an enigma at times. But quick start here, 5 of the first 6 points have gone the Indians' way. That's a lovely, delicate shot from Minatsu MITANI. Kind of needed it as well. Well wide this time from Sindhu. Lost last week to Carolina Marin, who she beat in Denmark. Mentioned that in Hong Kong last week, did PV Sindhu. Good rally. Ends though with that shot. There isn't too much of a way of a drift in this court, or in this arena, and Mitani's just not finding her length. It's cost her 3 points already so far in this final. Well, I said Sindhu's a bit of an enigma. I suppose we could say the same against Mitani. Won that Super Series event back in 2012 in France. She beat a certain Saina Nehwal as well. Was India's top-ranked player. And then she kind of disappeared off the radar. And she made the semis at last year's World Championships, the only semi-final she made all year, and she hasn't been in a semi-final again until this week. She kind of blows hot or cold. Hot this week, it seems. Although 8-4 down here. Oh, fantastic shot from PV Sindhu. Excellent. Beautifully placed at the end of an excellent rally. And that's just wide. More frustration for Mitani. That's well wide. So a very impressive dominant start once again from PV Sindhu. And she looks to make it 3 Macau Open titles in a row. Mitani with her work cut out. 11 points to 4, the interval lead. Well, she certainly won't panic, Mitani, plenty of experience. Sindhu there in conversation with Madhumita Bisht, known as the first lady of Indian badminton, obviously on the sidelines for many years since retiring as a player. So great start from Sindhu, can she maintain it? Excellent down the line from Mitani. Another good point. Very entertaining start to the women's singles final. She's certainly got her shots working well so far, Sindhu. Leave that one. Another one that goes long from Mitani. Head bows from the Japanese player. This opening game really is slipping away now. Another one that fails to find its range. Well, this is what happened yesterday when PV Sindhu just burst out of the blocks against Yamaguchi. She won 13 points in a row in the opening game. Not quite been on a run as good as that, but she's now 16-5 up. She's won 10 of the last 11 points. The look says it all from Mitani. Well, she gets another one back. His look says it all as well, doesn't it? Still plenty of time. And the good news, I suppose, with Mitani, if she does go on as expected and lose this game is that, well, that's what happened in the quarters and the semis, although you have to say she didn't lose her opening game as heavily as she's losing this one. It's been a while since she's been in a final, maybe suffering with some nerves. Up against Sindhu, who, it's fair to say, Macau belongs to the last few years. It's a lucky stomping ground. There's another one that hits the target from PV. On that occasion, PV standing for pure viciousness. Look at that, right down the throat of the line. Long this time. Of course, PV stands for Persula Venkata, in case you were wondering. Well, got some working out to do at the end of this game, haven't they, Mitani and her coach? You'd expect some kind of resistance to come from her. Yeah, Maguchi showed the way yesterday that you can be down and out and still make a real fight of it. Sindhu made the quarterfinals of the World Championships this year. Nishu was one of the players she beat on the way to the last 8 before losing to Sung Ji Hyun in 3 games. Ooh, that wasn't far away. Mitani was down. Felt she was beaten, but she'll need the court to be mopped up as well. Chance for Mitani maybe to have another think about things here. Incredible the way this opening game has just drifted away from her. Game points have arrived, and they've arrived pretty quickly as well. And I suppose pretty apt that it ends that game with a shot long past the baseline from Minatsu MITANI. Well, that was easy, wasn't it, really? That was pretty comfortable. All credit to PV Sindhu. She was dominant, she was confident, and she was hitting the mark. MITANI now needs better to make a fight of this. Opening game goes the way of PV Sindhu. And a rather unexpected scoreline, really. 21 points to 9. Well, she's just got to maintain her focus, maintain her rhythm, maintain the form she showed in that opening game, and then see what Mitani can throw back at her.
Second game, double play.
You'd be surprised, wouldn't you, if it was as one-sided again in this second game. See if Mitani can throw something at her. That's gorgeous.
1 love.
Not the start Mitani was looking for to this second game. Well, that's better. Nicely done. Oh, she's got to keep going for a shot. She played them beautifully in that first game. But maybe some encouragement for Mitani. That's long as well. Oh, she's missing the lines now. Better. Questioning look from Mitani.
3, 4.
Well, she did it in 2013 here, 2014 as well. It's 2015 about to belong to Sindhu as well in Macau. Just couldn't cope with the power there, Mitani. Oh, that's a stunner. And yet an appreciation to herself as well from Sindhu. That really was motoring down the line, wasn't it? Oh, she's timing it now. Well, I have to say, Mitani is assisting her cause in some of her defensive shots. Take nothing away from Sindhu. That's just wide from the Indian. You just feel, though, at the moment, I mean, we've had, what, 12 points in this second game. Most of the points seem to be about Sindhu. Try and put that in context. Most of Mitani's points have come from Sindhu just being wide or just long. Or Sindhu's points coming from winners. And a mistake there from the Indian. Thought it was going out, it was comfortably in. Fell inside the line, this one. Well, we've seen that a few times, almost like watching an action replay, isn't it? You watch her like this, you know she can be up amongst the world's best. Can Sindhu? She's only 20. About consistency, isn't it? Obviously comes here full of confidence. And obviously helped. That's long from her though, helped by the way she played in Denmark. Well, it's very tall, but it's hard to remember a Mitani winner. Not knocking it. Listen, she's obviously game plan is to make sure she stays in the points and see obviously what Sindhu does, whether it's errors or good uns. But I don't know, is she going to win this match by being this passive, or is it her route to getting a foothold in the match? Because she's now leading in game 2.
9-8.
Kim Her and Marumita Bisht pretty satisfied on the sidelines, one would think, with what they've seen. Ah, she's missed one.
Service over. 10-9.
Well, some encouragement here for Mitani. Ah, she's found a winner. I think that's her first winner of the game, and it takes her into the interval lead. 11-9 she leads. Remember, she's come from behind both the last 2 days to get her way through to this final. Can she do it in the final herself? Still got plenty of badminton to come in this Macau Open finals. Men's singles next, and women's and men's doubles. Well, Mitani's given herself some hope, but you still feel it's all about Sindhu, although Mitani did play that winner there right at the end, or right before the interval. I suppose it does help when you've had those comebacks like she has had the last couple of days. Service fault was called. Sindhu won that point twice. She only gets a point for it though. She broke her string as well on her racket, so a new one required.
Service out. 12 and
Look at exasperation there for Mitani. That wasn't far away, just long. Every point critical now. Sindhu back in front. Big shout of come on. Wants to get the job done here and now. Last couple of days she's allowed her opponent to get back in the match. Against Chen Yufei in the quarters and against Yamaguchi in the semis. Oh. Very well played by Mitani. Beautifully placed, and Mitani looks like she might pose the questions here. Pure determination, coupled with a bit of power in there from PV Sindhu. Letting out a bit of a frustration. Oh yes. That's excellent from Mitani. Long this time. Oh, the agony for Minatsu MITANI there. Well, you knew she had to make more of a fight of it than was the case in game one. She's given herself the chance, at least, of going into a decider. Right at her. Couldn't move her feet quick enough. Such was the power from Sindhu. Now she's given it everything, at least Mitani, in this second game. Of course, 24 now. Mitani, Sindhu 20. A lot of young, excellent Japanese talents, isn't there? Who are threatening the top of the women's singles game. The likes of Okuhara, Sayaka Sato. Of course, Tamaguchi, who we've seen here this week as well. Well, she's left it again, and again it's well in. A lot of time to think about what she wanted to do. Look at that, it's not even close to going out. Yes, beautifully played. Yeah, we've got a match on our hands now. Wow, raw to their opponent there. Sindhu determined not to let this one slip. Mitani desperate to keep in the match. That's wide. Well, I have to say, since the interval, she's gone for her shots more. She's pulled off some terrific winners, but that's costly wide from Mitani. Oh, it's just long. Just long. Fraction away from setting up match point there. 19-all again. She judged it right this time. My goodness, you had to be brave there to let that go because of what's happened before, but it's proved to be the correct call, and PV Sindhu has a match point in the Macau Open final. Left and out. And that's brave as well. Match point saved. Heart-in-mouth moment. When you know you leave it, and if it's in, you've lost. Slipped at the wrong moment after the delicate net shot from Sindhu, and it's a second match point for the Indian. I think even if she'd have stayed on her feet, she was unlikely to get to it. They want the job done. And so does she. Mitani making a real fight of things in this second game, but a second match point for Sindhu. Survives again, does Mitani. .21 points all now. What a sharp contrast to the opening game. That was so one-sided. It's long, and it's a game point now for Minatsu MITANI. Oh, what a rally at match point. A game point, I should say. And it's netted by Sindhu. And we will have a third game here. Mitani has saved 2 match points. And then she's stretched the game at the first time of asking. It's 1 game all in the women's singles final. (23-21). Mitani. Well, a remarkable turnaround of fortunes for Minatsu MITANI. Has she now got the momentum? She did it in the quarterfinals. She did it in the semi-finals. And again in the final, she lost the opening game. Is she going on to victory again, or is it the same for Sindhu, who took the opening game in those previous 2 rounds, but after losing the second, went and won the third? Someone will be telling a different story at the end of this game. It must be hard to rebuild after that body blow, missing out on those 2 match points for PV Sindhu. You would think the momentum would be with her, Mitani. That doesn't help either, does it? All that. Sindhu is trailing in the final. Mitani leads for the first time.
result, no out.
Every point being yelled now by the victor.
Three, no. No.
So Sindhu with the early lead in this deciding third game. She won't be taking anything for granted, point by point right now.
No.
Remember, she had a good lead in the second game as well. Just wide.
Result, 3, 5. Ten.
Yeah, it's a nice touch from Sindhu there.
Three.
Well, she's battled hard to get herself back in the match. 3 points down. Wide.
7, 3.
Found the corner.
8, 3.
Well, it's a good lead. Not an unassailable one, though. agonising, wasn't it, for Mitani there? Caught the top of the net, fell back her side. There's some hesitancy, though, that you see this big lead established already by Sindhu. Got through her there, didn't she? Well, it's become a draining final. Oh, could have been a quick one, couldn't it? The way Sindhu steamrolled Mitani in that first game, but we're over 50 minutes in this match now. Yeah, it was in, delightful. Mitani coming back again. Not that time. Well, brilliantly played by Mitani. Dug one out from her body there. I think that surprised Sindhu. Desperate resistance at times from Mitani, but Sindhu did win this point in the end. And she has a healthy advantage. But this match is a lot tighter than she may have expected. 2 match points disappeared in game 2. She leads 11-7 in the third. Well, a little bit of a sugar rush. Banana for Sindhu, that a little bit of energy may be required. And hard work. So comfortable in that first game. Got back at in the second with all the work to do still in the third.
11-7.
Fighting hard still, Mitani. Oh, small margins, but they're making a big difference. That was just wide from Mitani, and Sindhu has a 6-point lead again. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. 4 points on the spin. Sindhu, is she in control again?
Service 8-14.
It's good. It's good. Well, she did so well with the defensive block, Mitani. Sindhu was rocked. She thought this one was going out, though. It was inside the line. I've seen that a few times at both ends of the court from both players. Oh, netted now by Mitani. Oh, these are a couple of mistakes too far. Surely Sindhu can't let this one slip. Well, it's happened again. How many times have we seen that in this match? Incredible, really. Most of them are falling inside the line as well. Judged it right this time.
Service 17-9.
4 points away again from the Macau Open title. Well played. Excellent from Mitani, that. She needs a lot more of that, though. Yeah, lovely tight net shots, one cross court and set up the winner. Nothing Sindhu could do about that. We've had an hour now of play. Was it given in or out? I think it's been given in. I think it's been given in. Well, my instinct was it had gone wide, but it was given in here by the... No, yeah, that looked out to me. I think the line judge, I don't think he knew either. He put his hands on his head as if to say, I don't really know. It looked wide to me. I have to say, Sindhu has an eye, but it's down to the umpire. The line judge says he can't see. So the point goes to Mitani, when it could have easily gone to Sindhu there. Still a 7-point lead. Listen, if the line judge isn't sure, he's not sure, and then down to the umpire. That's how to get the point back, though. That was hit with some meaning, wasn't it? That's how to put a perceived wrong right. Keeps coming back at her, though. She let it fall again, Mitani, and again it fell in. It's kind of been the story of the match. From the opening doubles, mixed doubles, it was a case of missed serves, wasn't it? This one's been a case of leaving shots that have actually fell in. Not this time. Match points have arrived. Well, she's had 2 already in the match. Now she's got another 9 here at PV Sindhu. Still a few more to go. Well, it's 4 match points in all that Mitani has saved now. Still another 7 on the board, though, for Sindhu. Still, this match goes on. 65th minute now. Well, still no cause for panic, but well, she wins another 3 points, Mitani, then we can really start talking again. It's wide. PV Sindhu has the Macau Open hat-trick. What a hard-fought battle in the end from Minatsu MITANI. She let go 2 match points in the second game. But in the end, she saw it through. 21-14 in the third. No way back this time for Mitani.